All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive with me. And
hello, everyone.
Today, we are going to be tackling a pretty interesting concept.
Yes, we are.
Never outshine the master. Now, this is from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power.
That's right.
If you're familiar with the book, you know that it has all these sort of...
Machiavellian.
Yeah, Machiavellian, almost like evil genius.
Advice.
Yeah, evil genius advice on how to...
Get ahead
in life.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of wisdom in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you're not trying to, like, take over the world or anything like that.
No, you don't have to be a supervillain to appreciate the insights in this book.
Exactly. And this law in particular...
I think it applies to so many different areas of life.
Yeah.
Not just, climbing the corporate ladder or anything like that, but, think about your personal relationships, your family dynamics, all of that.
Yeah, well, let's dive into that then. Like, what does this phrase even mean? Like, never outshine the master. Like, am I supposed to just, like, hide all my talents?
Well, it's not about hiding your talent.
Okay.
It's about presenting them strategically.
Okay.
So you're not making your, boss or superior, whoever your master is in that situation, feel threatened.
Right.
You want to make them feel good.
Right. Like, I'm thinking if you're like
especially, I think,
a young up-and-comer in your career, you're eager to impress, you've got all these ideas, you're probably really ambitious.
Right. You want to show them what you can do.
Yeah.
But you have to do it in a way that also respects the existing hierarchy.
Yeah, like you don't want to go into your first job, like, day one and be like, I'm going to change everything.
Exactly.
Like, this is how we should be doing it.
Right. That's not going to win you any friends.
Yeah.
It's more about finding that balance,
Okay, so, like, let's say, for example, you just got hired at this new company, you're super excited to be there, and you have all these ideas for how to improve things.
Yeah.
But instead of barging into your boss's office and being like, hey, I'm going to change everything.
Right.
You kind of, like, frame it in a way that complements their existing suggestions, or maybe, like, builds upon their vision.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. You're showing that you're paying attention to what they're already doing, and you're not trying to completely
overthrow them.
Yeah, overthrow them. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Green uses this great example of Galileo in the book.
Okay.
Brilliant astronomer, discovered all this amazing stuff about the universe. But back then, the church was very powerful.
Sure.
And they had their own views on how the universe worked.
Right.
And so Galileo, instead of directly challenging the church's view, he framed his discoveries as a way to glorify God's creation.
So he kind of, like, worked within the existing power structure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He found a way to present his ideas in a way that didn't threaten the powers that be.
Wow. What's so fascinating about that is, like, it worked for him.
Yeah.
He was able to make all these groundbreaking discoveries and still,
Yeah, he didn't get burned at the stake.
Yeah, exactly.
He found a way to navigate that very tricky situation.
Yeah. And it almost seems like counterintuitive, right? Because you would think, like, if you're that brilliant,
Yeah, just put it all out there.
you just, you're gonna like rock the boat and do your thing.
Right.
But actually, like, by playing the long game, by being a little bit more strategic about it, you can actually achieve more in the long run.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to fly under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Until you've built up enough of your own power and influence.
Okay, so let's say you do find yourself in a situation where you've maybe accidentally outshone the master.
Uh-oh.
Like, you didn't mean to.
Okay.
You were just being yourself, and all of a sudden, like, everyone's looking at you, and your boss is like,
Side eye.
yeah, they're giving you the side eye.
A little bit jealous.
Yeah. What do you do in that situation?
Well, I think the key is to acknowledge their expertise and their contributions.
Okay.
Don't just claim credit for all the successes.
Right.
Share the credit, make them look good, even if it means taking a step back yourself.
So it's almost like you're kind of like...
Deflecting
Yeah.
a little bit of that attention back to them.
Yeah.
Reminding everyone that they're still the boss.
Gotcha.
And you're there to support them.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one, though, because it almost feels like you're like dimming your own light a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a delicate balance for sure.
Yeah. But I guess the bigger picture is, like, if you can maintain a good relationship with your boss.
Right.
And they feel like you're on their team,
Mm-hmm.
then ultimately you're both going to benefit.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Right, exactly.
In the long run.
And this isn't just about, like, workplaces, right?
Yeah,
Like,
not at all.
and this applies to like all sorts of relationships.
I think about family dynamics.
Okay.
You know, you might have that one relative who always has to be the center of attention.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking.
Right. We all have that person in our family.
Yeah.
And so someone trying to apply this law, you know, they wouldn't try to outshine that person.
Right.
They would actually maybe try to draw other people out, ask thoughtful questions,
Yeah.
create a more inclusive atmosphere.
So it's not about being a wallflower. It's just
Ugh.
about like,
It's about reading the room
yeah.
and understanding the power dynamics,
So how can I shine brightly without making other people feel like
like they're less important.
less important? Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I'm thinking of it like,
It's a delicate dance.
yeah, it is a dance.
You know, you want to be aware of your partner's steps, their rhythm, in order to move gracefully together.
It's like you're kind of directing the spotlight a little bit, but it's not always on you.
Yep.
It's like being a good stage manager,
Yeah.
you know, making sure the whole production shines.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
You know, you're behind the scenes,
Yeah.
but you're making sure that everything runs smoothly.
And everyone looks good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to remember that this law, you know, it could be twisted.
Oh yeah.
First, you can use it to manipulate people,
Definitely.
you know, but the key is to use it as a tool for understanding power dynamics, not for exploiting them.
So it's not about being a master manipulator.
Right.
It's about
It's about being savvy.
being savvy, having a little bit of finesse,
Yeah.
knowing how to navigate these relationships in a way that benefits everyone.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I think this has been a really eye-opening discussion for me.
Me too.
It's definitely making me rethink some of my own interactions. You know?
Yeah.
So to wrap things up, what's the one key takeaway that you want our listener to walk away with?
I would say this power dynamics are everywhere. And by understanding them, we can choose how to navigate them in a way that benefits not just ourselves,
Yeah.
but everyone involved.
Beautifully put. I love that.
Thank you.
And to leave our listener with something to ponder, you know, how can you shine brightly in a way that brings light to others
That's a good one.
and doesn't leave them in the shadows?
I like that.
Until next time, keep those deep dives going.
See you next time.
Bye.